Hello friends, welcome once again to Rick's Garage. Today I'm working on this Dodge Caravan. A young lady brought it in, and this wheel that you see I have off, the brakes were making a scraping noise, so I'm going to take it apart and we'll see what's going on here. Well friends, it didn't take us long to find the problem. There are two issues with this caliper bracket. One is, well, one of the glide pins is sliding back and forth quite nicely. The other one is frozen solid. This resulted in uneven wear of the pad. If you can see, on one side we're down to metal on metal, where the other side we still have some material left. So it was wearing unevenly. The other problem with the caliper bracket is this pad is frozen in place. It's not sliding back and forth. And so, as a result, all the wear is being put on the inside pad. The outside pad is still worn unevenly due to the frozen glide pin, but it's got much more material left on it because the inside pad was doing all the work. The reason I'm showing you all this is it's one of my pet peeves about proper lubrication when you do brakes. This is very, very important, and it's very much neglected by a lot of us. I like to make sure that my glide pins are nice and lubricated, my pads are sliding back and forth. They call these floating calipers for a reason, and if you don't pay attention to lubrication, they're not going to float, and you're going to get situations like this. This actually looks pretty hopeless, but we're going to try to save it anyway. What I've done, I've clamped the bracket in a vise. I put some Croil penetrating oil on it. For my money, the Croil is the best stuff on the market. And I'm going to tap it a little bit. So now we're going to put a socket on it and see if we can turn it a little bit, get it moving at all. And it does not want to budge. I could apply heat to it. I don't know if I want to do that or not. Try to work it back and forth a little bit. Oh, it did move a little bit. It's a good sign. I did get it to move a little bit. So, whoops, it came out of the vise. But it is moving back and forth, so I'm going to keep working it back and forth until we get it out. So I'm going to go off camera now. You saw what I was doing, moving it back and forth. I'm going to go off camera. No need to bore you with that. It'll probably take me a while. And I'll come back when I either get it out or I've miserably failed. It looks like I'm going to be able to get the pin out. Once I got it turning back and forth fairly freely, I was able to get a vice grip on it, and what I'm doing now is I'm slowly tapping the vice grip. I hate to abuse my vice grip like this, but I don't see any other way to do it. So I'm slowly turning it a little bit, then give it a few taps, turn it a little bit. You can see it slowly working out. Coming out easier and easier. Okay, and we got it out. Using the side that was good as a guide, I selected a drill bit that fits in there quite nicely, and the side that was stuck, I'm going to go ahead and just run the drill bit through there, not to resize it, just to clean up any crap that's in there. You see a lot of junk is coming out. Good. That'll be a help. You can see the bit is all loaded with crap. So that's the first step in trying to reclaim this bracket. Next, I'm going to take a somewhat bigger wire brush, and I'm going to clean the journals where the hardware clips go. rust is really caked on there. Doesn't seem to want to come off using this method too well. So it looks like for the purposes of this particular bracket, I'm going to have to sandblast it. That's what I'll do next. I don't have the sandblaster here on site. I'll do it this afternoon. I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Okay friends, I'm back. I imagine for you it's only been a couple of seconds, but for me it's been a while. I took the bracket. As you recall, when we left off, I was trying to wire brush it, and with not a lot of success. The rust was really caked on in these journals right here. And you've really got to get them clean in order for the clips to fit properly. If you don't get them really clean, what'll happen, the pads will fit in tighter than normal and may not slide properly. So I decided to sandblast the bracket. I did that. I've sandblasted these journals. I didn't sandblast the entire bracket, but any of the parts that mattered I did. When you sandblast something, nothing rusts faster than metal that's been sandblasted. So you'll notice I put some paint on it. Whenever you sandblast something, you should paint it right away. The remedy for these uneven pads, just to review, was to get that pin out of the bracket. As you recall, I had it in a vise. I was able to get it out. I took a reamer. The bore size of these glide pin holes is 336 thousandths of an inch, or 5.6 millimeters. So I got a 5.6 millimeter reamer, and I reamed these holes to clean them out. Sandblasted the journals. I got new glide pins with rubber boots. I've got a new hardware kit, and I was able to save the rotor. I didn't think I was going to be able to, because it was in pretty rough shape, but the minimum thickness, or the discard thickness on this particular rotor is 10.4 millimeter, and I took it down to 11 millimeter, and it cleaned up quite nicely. So we're gonna use that to save the this is a young lady that doesn't have a lot of money that owns this car. That's why I'm going to these extremes, to try to save her some money. This is the end result of that caliper bracket that we've been working on. We've got it all loaded up and ready to be installed. The new glide pins are in it. They're well lubricated. They're moving nicely. The pads are in it. See how they're floating nicely. It's got new hardware clips. It's been sandblasted and painted. It's ready to be installed. It's all loaded up, and the project was a success. So I thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.